I'm IndyCar driver James Hinchcliffe and also a proud owner of a Simxperience rig. You know, it's so funny. I think a lot of drivers and a lot of people's relationship with sim racing changed a lot around March 2020, or certainly beginning March 2020. You know, I was a driver who had certainly done it, tried a bunch of different rigs, a bunch of different platforms, but it was just never for me. You know, it was never something that I really wanted to do or invest a lot of time or effort into. And then when everything shut down and it was the only way to go racing, we were kind of forced to do it in a sense. And it sort of changed my perception of it. I think a lot of the issue I've realized now was I just hadn't driven the right one yet. And I got an opportunity to jump into a Simxperience rig to do some of the IndyCar races that were being hosted through iRacing. And it really did change my perception of, you know, what sim racing could be and the value of it for a professional driver. The value that the rig brings, even though we're back on track, we're mid-race season right now, it's still such a good tool to jump in, to stay sharp, keep your hand-eye foot coordination going. It's a great tool for mental training, learning new tracks. I mean, the driving dynamics are so close, so whether it's a new car or a new circuit, you can actually take a lot out of it. You know, I've had other friends that are drivers that were going into either a new car or a new track call me up and be like, hey man, can I come by and use your rig? I'm doing this race, I've never been to this track before. So there's a tremendous amount of value in it, and now that I see that, yeah, it's become part of almost my daily routine in preparing for races. The sim world really did blow up over the last sort of 24 months because people were stopped from real racing and everybody moved to sim racing, and there are a lot of companies out there doing it. But for me, what stood out with Simxperience was how focused they were on trying to replicate the true driving experience as much as possible through the movement, through the steering torque, through the seat belts, the seat itself, the G seat, the way it works is really, really fascinating and really realistic. So you can talk about whatever computer you want to buy and graphics cards and things like that, but at the end of the day, what Simxperience does so well is really recreate that real driving feel. And they're not necessarily out to make the most flashy rig or, you know, make the most expensive rig. They want to make the best simulation experience, and it's literally in the name. And so, yes, you can go buy the top of the line rig and have all those toys right off the bat, but what's so awesome about their lineup as well is that the base rig is obviously a much lower price point, and it gives you the fundamentals for building up to the best you can buy. You can just buy new components as you're able to and bolt them onto your existing rig, and you can sort of grow it and expand it from there. So it's a really cool way of doing it, whether you can kind of jump right into the deep end or you want to start small and expand. They've got the components, they've built it in a way to make that accessible for everybody.